Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Hogarth's Global Astrology. Know your planets, know yourself, or know your nation, know yourself. The two are interchangeable. This is another HoGaLe's, and we've got your questions in. And even though I got the questions a little bit later, it's still basically 3 pages of questions that have come through. So it is super busy tonight. Here, of course, to my side here, we have Lady G, of course, looking fabulous in another one of her glorious creations. And of course, we have Lena down under from the future, Sunday morning for her. Thankfully, the timings now with the clocks and stuff is a little bit easier on Lena. It's not quite the 9 a.m. drag out of bed.
All winter, I do this show at 9 a.m. on a Sunday, just like you do midnight for you. It's killer.
Yeah, midnight. And I just want to give a little shout out, if I may, to my friend Deborah, whose 50th birthday it was today. We were celebrating South London, so I've had to leave that party early, folks, to be here. So we make these sacrifices, don't we, for this show. And but there is so much going on. So ladies, there's a lot of questions in, a lot of stuff connected with or asking about the US elections, if they were stolen, etc., Putin, all of this stuff. But we still do have a few international questions as well. So the first one, let's just dive in. The first one is about, oh God, I need some water. I don't have anything to drink. Wait, ladies, talk amongst yourselves. I have to have some water.
I want to say hello to Maria. She's from southeastern Queensland. That's where I was born. So hi, Maria. Thanks for joining us. That is very cool.
Yeah, so to see everyone out here. Thank you for joining us all.
We really appreciate it. So, Lady G, where are you geographically, just broadly?
Oh, I'm still in New Mexico at the moment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, looking forward to hit the road again.
Yeah. And how do the puppies handle the traveling?
Oh, they love it.
Ah.
They love it. I have gypsy puppies. Every morning, Nicky knows that I hang my purse on the door handle. He'll come and try to push my purse off to go.
Yeah, to wake you up. Let's go. Yes.
That's it. Let's go. Get your purse. Let's go.
Yeah.
And you see, folks, this is why it's so great working with 2 seasoned professionals like this. It means I can take my hand off the steering wheel from time
That's right. Verbal.
A bit of water. All right, so we're jumping into our esoteric aeroplane, and we're going to Ireland tonight.
Oh,
Ireland.
really?
Yeah, we've not spoken about Ireland for a while. So this question has come in from Milo. Am I saying this right? Milosmon. I think that's how I say it. Milosmon. Forgive me if I mispronounced it. Anyway, they say Ireland is having a general election at the end of the month. My God, do we need another election in the world? At the end of the month, with voters constantly voting for the same 2 large parties. And then this person says, constantly and stealthily right-wing parties are gaining momentum. Will it be a tight race? And will it be another 2 or 3-way split to get enough seats? So I think in a way, this is asking several things together. Let's just say, let's maybe simplify it because of this Pluto in Capricorn. And let's just ask, will the more far right elements in Ireland gain the upper hand? Let's maybe look at it that way, because I think that's what this person is talking about, really.
Will they make gains?
Will they make gains? Because that is the global theme, of course, with this Pluto in Capricorn.
Yes, all the Western astrologers, of course, are delirious that Pluto's gone into Aquarius, but not quite.
Nah, not quite. Well, I mean, when you look at it, though, I mean, again, look, as you know, I have a lot of respect for Western astrologers, and I say any talented astrologer can arrive at the same conclusion. But when you look at the world, Do you see this consistent theme of governments kind of moving more to the right? This thumbprint of far right is a lot stronger, isn't it? And that is Pluto in Capricorn.
Mm. And what it's all about in every country, it's about immigration. And it's not just immigration, it's about visible immigration. So non-white people are targeted as the enemies of the working class everywhere. It's such a cheap but successful ploy, you know. None of the far right are talking about policy. It's always about, you know. I can go here.
Go for it.
Well, I'm not happy because I love the new Prime Minister. Well, he's about to, you know, go for another election. But he's been saying really good, humane things. But look at the first card I get.
Oh.
So I think chaos rules, and this is very Plutonian too. Money's involved, and because he's one of the few world leaders at the moment who actually talks in terms of humanitarian issues and the problems of capitalism, they're demonizing that.
Ooh.
It won't be that fabulous for the Irish economy. There might be some legal controversy during the count or around that issue. Now, the Five of Cups, I suspect the right's going to gain ground but not take over. I'm hoping that's what this means, because they have growing influence. But then the last card is this. What did you?
Yeah, what did you get, Lady G? And forgive me, folks, if I'm looking down a little bit of the papers. I'm still sorting through some of the orders of the questions. So, Lady G, what do you have?
Well, underneath of it all, I get it's about the message, and so some things are being hidden when it comes to painful things to be looked at. They're not liking some of the harvest, and so, you know, they're putting out this rhetoric that's happening. And so we're looking at the message that they're putting out, the strength of it. So the wealthy, those wealthy want to end some things when it comes to immigration, that type of stuff. And they're looking at what's being birthed, and they're going to have to look a little deeper into things. So that's what I get.
And I'll just dive straight into mine because there's so many pertinent questions. So I'll try and rip through. So in terms of Ireland, their elections and stuff like that. So here we see the Justice card. So the way I'm interpreting this is that those that are voting in these elections are, I think, we can take this literally, seeking justice of some shape or form, whatever they're, because we know that there have been some race riots and stuff like that in Ireland as well over immigration. So I think basically those that are voting either pro-immigration or against immigration are trying to kind of make their judgment, make their stand, really want to make their voices heard, and they want it to be decisive in some kind of way. If we look here, the next card we have is the Chariot. So I think things are going to move at quite a pace in Ireland. I think this is a harbinger of quite a lot of change on the way, and whichever direction it goes, I think it's going to be quite a drastic one. If we look here though, we've got the Five of Swords, which is talking, no it's not, it's the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords, which is talking about being wounded in battle or having to retire. Now, whenever it comes to political readings and stuff, you don't really want to see this card because it can be tricky for the leaders. Yeah, can be tricky for the leaders. So there is something here in this element of this election where someone or something may be put to bed or retired, yeah, or they have something that's gonna potentially maybe even mortally wound their career. This is often how I've seen this card. So I think the stakes are quite high in this election, actually, to be honest. I'm not familiar with the new Irish Prime Minister at all. I don't even know the name. As you know, I've just been traveling around and I've barely been in my own country. If we look here, though, we do have the star card here. This time it's not about duck l'orange or narcissism. I think this is more about the hope of Ireland wanting to rejuvenate and resuscitate itself. But what's really interesting is the outcome card is the Tower. Because we both got the Tower. Because what's funny with this card is that one normally follows the other. Normally it's the Tower, then the Star. Yeah, so the Star is showing the healing and the rejuvenation after the Tower moment. This time we've had the Star, then the Tower. Yeah, it's kind of like it's back to front. So there might be a shocking element to the Irish elections that could maybe confound everyone. So I'm going to say, I'm not going to say that the far right are going to win outright, but let's just say they might make significant gains, which could be surprising. Yeah, because the Tower is the outcome. Anything to add to that, ladies? No. All right. Well, yeah, are we all good? Shall we move on to the next one?
Moving on.
Oh, someone here, actually, 1 second. Someone's put in the comments. Let me see if I can. Oh God, literally the chat is. Oh God, wait. Someone here is saying, 1 minute. The chat is just churning. You see, I don't know. I think it's taken a bit long for this comment to come up. Oh, never mind. Someone was asking about Mercury retrograde. I think that's done now, actually. But anyway, never mind. Let's go on to question number 2. So that was Ireland. Now, this one's coming from Nick Minks. Oh, yeah. Irish election is happening under Mercury. Blah, blah, blah. I'm not sure. Oh, I might need to double check that. I think we might be done with Mercury retrograde for now, but don't quote me on that. Anyway, Nick Minks, with there being an exodus from X, so apparently quite a lot of people are leaving the X, formerly known as Twitter. With there being an exodus from X, many are taking to Bluesky. But is it really any better, or will it fall victim to an unsavory buyout? So, ladies, do you know about Bluesky? I understand this is
suddenly, just this last week, every time I turned around, it's blue sky. So it's definitely catching a wave.
Yeah.
But what's our actual question? Will people go to Bluesky, or will Bluesky?
Yes, so they're saying basically many are taken to Bluesky, but is it really any better? Yeah, or will it fall victim to an unsavory buyout? So basically, will Bluesky turn out to be better than X, I think is the question.
Well, at the moment, it seems to be. Tamlin says, I left X today. Sandy says Bluesky is wonderful. Marianne from Revealing Light Tarot says she's on Bluesky now.
Yeah.
So it's definitely getting momentum.
Bluesky. I mean, I left X ages ago, by the way, quite soon after Elon Musk took over, mainly due to how he treated his staff. I just didn't like the sackings and stuff like that. And, you know, I am someone that believes in unions and stuff like that. And I just believe in treating your staff well. And if you're a multi-billionaire, you can actually afford to pay your staff. But I just think some of the ultimatums he gave were just really quite unkind. It just wasn't necessary. But so I left ages ago.
Are you ready, Lady G?
Oh, not really. I'm trying to figure this one out.
Okay. Yeah. Sometimes they fox you, don't they? I'm just going. Well,
what about you then? Are you ready? Go for it.
Bluesky's got huge cards. I pulled 5 cards and 3 are majors.
Mm.
Right. So I think this is X battling the Exodus here with this. Women seem to like blue sky, but I think also in broader terms, people are relieved to have an option. So there's sort of joy and exuberance around it. And here come the heavyweight cards in a sense. There's the Hermit. So in this sense, we could have the generous interpretation of the Hermit, which is higher learning, shining the light for other people. So in other words, a platform that lifts the game, away from that, let's hope. Then judgment and justice. So what is that about? So I think there could be legal challenges to it. Or so. It's not Pentacles. It's not like a buyout. But I don't know at this early stage whether this is saying blue sky is providing judgment and justice or whether these are going to be pushed onto blue sky. So I'll see what you guys say. I'll come down slightly in favour at these early days that it's representing a just point of view.
Wow. Lady G, what do you have? How are you interpreting your cards?
Well, we have here the females, and they are taking action with this when it comes to the struggle because it's just better than X. So the energy is moving this rapidly. What's going on now is what they're holding to, using this new channel. The challenge, though, is will this insanity start coming in there as well as it has on X? And about what motion, what movement will take place? Where is it going? Will it go to foreign interests and things, or will it stay steady?
Yeah, really, really good cards. My cards are a bit mixed and choppy as well, to be honest. Yeah, I'm not getting like clear blues. I mean, it's called clear blue, isn't it? But I'm not getting any blue, sunny, cards. It's kind of a bit tumultuous. So if we look here, the first card that comes out is the Three of Swords. And I think this is talking about how a lot of those that are moving to blue sky feel disenfranchised by X. Yeah, they feel that they can no longer be on that platform anymore, and they're probably upset by some of the things, well, not even some, probably by a lot of the things that they read on there. And just, I think this is just a general feeling about X in particular, and people wanting to find a new home. Yeah, three of Swords. If we look here, though, in the obstacle position, though, however, we do have the Three of Pentacles. Now, the Three of Pentacles is, all threes will often talk about communication and media as well in general, because 3 is the number of communication. Three of Pentacles talks about collaboration, working with others, but technically it's reversed. When it's reversed, that can also deal with things like corruption and stuff like that, or maybe kind of darker money. So there might be a danger. Because, of course, wherever the money goes, that's when, those bigger interests come in. However, if we look here in the middle, we have the Six of Cups. Now, we know that this is the card of nostalgia, childhood, looking back, wanting peace. So I think these people that are signing up for blue sky, they want a sense of peace, a sense of normality, and maybe wanting to go back to a time when social media was less aggressive, and less kind of,
it should be an exchange. Yeah,
exactly. However, it is a battle. So what I sense is that good for blue sky and people joining it. But the more that join it, of course, those that are looking to influence and control the populace inevitably are going to have a go. So it looks like here blue sky may have to battle to defend its territory and what it stands for. Yeah, because this is the Nine of Wands, which is the embattlement card. But sadly, if we look here, the outcome, we get the five of swords, which talks about an abuse of power. So I hope the money doesn't go to their head. That's what I would say. So I think they're going to have to defend their values strongly for it to work. That's what I'm getting. Anything to add to that, ladies?
I do. Actually, I do.
Sure.
I got Libby's deck.
Hey.
Yay! And what her deck is saying, they are having the freedom now, that it feels like it's a secure place, a home for new people, and it's filled with diversity and unity. So positive things for it.
Yes.
Oh, that's good. Well, that's good. I like that. That kind of adds a little bit to it there, doesn't it? And at the moment, we have 1,600 of you joining us already. So everyone's piling in. The chat is absolutely full. I would go through a bit more of the chat, but there's so many questions. I think we should just do a gallop on this and just do our thingy bobs at the end. So that was question number 2. This is a longer one here. Forgive me, guys. It's quite a long question. I'll try and get through it as best I can. All right. So this is from Running Herd Productions. Yeah, let's just call it that. Anyway, so it says, hi, Hogarth, Lady G, and Lena. Love you 3. Thank you. Thanks so much for the support. I have a question about the USA election results in Iowa. Yeah. This person says, did the cheaters hit Iowa after Ann Seltzer's poll showed Kamala Harris up by 3 percentage points? Remember, there was a lot of excitement about that, wasn't there? A few days before the election, the Dems were so happily shocked by her poll, and she's been very accurate. In the 5 of the last 6 election cycles, going back to 2012, Seltzer's final pre-election surveys in key statewide races have been within 3 points or less of the final margin. That's true. Fast forward to November 6th, 2024, supposedly 45 won Iowa by 14 percentage points. So Seltzer was off by 17 percentage points. Were there shenanigans, this person asks, or did 45 Iowans come out and vote in droves because of the poll? So she's basically saying, was there something suspicious there, or was it because the Democrats were excited about being 3 points ahead that prompted Iowans to come out and vote en masse? So let's take a look at that. Good question, I think.
Iowa. What happened in Iowa?
I suspect it might be the latter, but I want to see what you get and what cards I get.
Ooh. Wow. Will I go?
Go for it.
Well, I can't definitively say it was A or B, except in the sense that it just did not feel right? So the victory was blown up with the tower, that is Kamala's victory here. It's more people's reaction to it, like Dems in Iowa's reaction. Now, the 3 of Swords can be a broken heart, pierced heart, etc. But it can also be, because swords are communication, miscommunication. And I think it's both those things.
Ah, yes.
You know what I mean? So then we had the Queen with the lid on her cup here, with this Queen of Cups. So it's like the lid got slammed down. But I think this reflects the entire election. Here's the Wheel of Fortune. It's like this time in history, regardless of I think Kamala did a great job.
She
And
did.
I wasn't even an enthusiast about Kamala, but I think she did a great job. Will not criticize her. I think Biden did the right thing to stand down when he did. I think they did as much as they could do in a very short time. And now people will have to live with these choices, whether they voted for Trump or didn't. Everyone's under the same umbrella of having to live with the results now.
Yes, yes. Lady G, what do you have?
Well, I'm going to use Libby's cards again.
Mm-hmm.
So it's where this went to. There was help given. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, help was given. But the future is still not written. Some things are still to be found out for the future. So I think they're going to be doing much more looking into the results of these things again.
And that, Lady G, could be the lids on the cup for now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
because
and
I did pull also regular tarot, and what I got coming into it, is the fullness of all of this. And the action of it now is, again, we have the karma, the wheel is turning and wanting justice with the challenge of the message about the actions that were taken. And again, this is going to continue to move forward. I don't think it's done yet.
Okay.
Fascinating. I'm just going to do a few quick thank yous and then a little bit of feedback, and then we'll I'll do my reading and then we'll speed on to the next one. Hopefully my computer's quicker. So thank you so much, Leslie, for your donation. Much appreciated. Thank you, Tara, as well, for your donation. Someone here says, Cheryl says, the Republicans are imploding, probably because they've had a look now at what Duck L'Orange has got proposed. I mean, should they be shocked? I mean, come on, mate. They should, please. And then Celtic Seer says Mercury goes retrograde on November 26th. Yes, that is correct. I do remember that. And then Sandy says blue sky is wonderful. So I mean, you know what it's like with the Mercury retrograde. Once you're done with one, you think it's over, and then there's another one that comes up. Those retrograde 3 times a year. Anyway, right. So with the election thing, Iowa, reading on the energy of that. So if we look here, we've got Stinky Fish has shown up. You guys know I call this card Stinky Fish. It's the Page of Cups. So this can talk about an unpleasant message, yeah? Or as something surprising, an unpleasant message, or just something a bit weird. So it could have been that because Iowa is known as quite a red state. It has been a red state. It has been blue before, but it's quite a red state. So I think that message from I have a feeling the message from the Democrats shocked quite a few of the Republicans. They're, what? Yeah. They may have done a bit of that. Yeah. Particularly though, when we look here, we've got the 3 of Swords that has come back in. Remember, this swords is the element of air, and the element of air is always about communication. So obviously, I think for Democrats, yeah, this is how they felt, because they obviously thought that they were in with a really good chance of winning Iowa, and it didn't seem to turn out that way. Yeah. Again, we've got the here we've got the judgment call. Yeah. So my feeling is this: the Republicans, when they heard that the Democrats could potentially win Iowa, this was maybe a big wake-up call for them, because this is like being woken up out of bed. You see, everyone's naked. They've not had time to dress. Yeah. So it's almost like you got the bugle call. Yeah, and you got a big blast, and it's like yeah. If we look here, we've got the Fool card here. Now, this doesn't always mean the literal fall, but it can talk about a leap of faith. But sometimes it can talk about being rash. Yeah, not necessarily thinking things through. So I have a feeling that maybe with the surprise announcement by the Democrats, I think that panicked a few Republicans, and they were like, right, screw it. That's it. We have to go all in the other way. And particularly when we look here, we get the King of Pentacles as the outcome card. And we know that this is the money of, this is the card of moneyed establishment. This can also talk about lobbyists as well. It's normally a male card, but not always male. It's someone who is financially secure, who is able to have influence, yeah, over his realm. So again, this can also talk as well about Duck L'Orange, but I think this is talking about the donors in general. So I have a feeling that once the message got out that the Dems could potentially win Iowa, I think the Republicans went hammer and tongs to absolutely swing it the other way. That's my instinct. Ladies, anything to add to that?
No.
No? All right, brilliant. I just want to say a thank you as well to Christopher. Thank you so much for your donation. And what's this? Beyond Extinction 499. Thank you. Will the letter from computer scientists suggesting a recount to Harris on the 13th of the 11th, 24, get her to ask for key state recounts? Shall we read on that? Will Harris ask for recounts? Shall we do a one-card pull?
Let's do a one-card pull.
Let's do a one-card pull. My instinct, I feel like the ship has sailed personally, but let's see what you guys say.
While we're shuffling, in the comments, Marc Brisbois, sorry if I butchered your name, Mark. I love the way everyone's calling Elon Leon now because Trump did it and now it's a way to get under his skin.
Oh, really?
Yes. Leon says if you want a job with Doge, the Department of Government Efficiency that they've invented, you'll have to have a premium subscription on X. It's upfront grift. It's high level.
All right. Actually, was that focus? 1 minute. Let me just 1 minute.
Yeah, let me focus for a second here.
So we're asked. So this is a question. One card pull. Will Kamala ask for a recount? That's what it is. All right. One card. All right. There we go. After three. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, what have you guys got?
Oh, God, this is
a mixed bag.
Oh, Lena, how are you interpreting your card?
I think she feels like her hands are tied in some way that we don't know behind the scenes. But as we know with the Eight of Swords, this figure can free herself. So it becomes, is she prepared to do that thing? I hope so. If she trusts her in deep intuitive gut, she could. If not, that's how she'll be remembered with this.
Lady G, how do you interpret your card?
Well, you know, this is always the card about the messages, and the messages about coins to count. So
yes,
good. Yeah.
Quite literally. Ah, yes. All right. The way I'm interpreting my card is this. I think if she does demand a recount, it may be seen as an act of war. Yeah. That is how it might be interpreted by the other side. Because look, this is the card of what? Aggression. Yeah. Going forward, going forward. I think also as well, this might be the reaction to such a challenge as well. So I think it's really, really high stakes. I think it's really, really high stakes. She's probably thinking about it, but the stakes are very high, guys.
Yes, she feels there's a lot of risks around this issue.
Yeah, because when you blend it all together, because like Lady G's getting literally the recount part, I'm getting like, because for her to do this, it would be a bold move. This is one of the most boldest, slightly even outrageous cards in the deck. But then Lena's card is showing the apprehension and the tension. It's high stakes, guys. High stakes. High stakes. Oh my goodness. Well, that was fascinating, wasn't it? How that came out. Are we ready for the next question?
Yeah.
All right, so let me just click back on the chat here, and thank you everyone for joining us this evening. Please, of course, don't forget to like and subscribe and press the bell notification so you can know when we're back on, and of course, don't forget to like and subscribe the ladies' channels as well. All right, so question number 4, and this is coming from Deanne Let Neil. Hope I've said that right. That seems to be how it's spelled. So what, if any, is the tie-in with the FBI raid on the CEO of Polymarket?
Oaks, what's his name? Oaks something.
What's Polymarket? I don't know what that is. Okay,
Yeah.
so CEO of Polymarket. Betting on the election. Oh, okay, it's a betting on the election. And voter fraud in 2024 USA elections. Money laundering for sure. Anything else? So I think they're wanting a kind of a read, really, on what's going on with the FBI with this raid on the CEO of Polymarket, which is about betting on the election. So apparently there might have been some bets put on. But isn't that the case anyway? I mean, we bet on the
it's
election.
Up front, I would have thought. You know, our TAB takes bets on anything. Yeah.
Yeah. Because, like, is it not an American thing? Because we do that in the UK. Everyone bets on the election.
Yeah.
Shall we just see what this FBI raid? Well, let's see what we get on the read, on the energy around it. And I just want to say thank you.
That about?
1 minute. Click here. And thank you to Charles from Boston.
Charles.
Oh my gosh. $100. Thank you. That is fabulous. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. Thanks for supporting the show. All right. What's the energy? And then I want to get onto a little bit of Melania is in here. Zelenskyy is in here. McCarthy is in here. So we'll rip through.
Okay, because it's already 1:45, so we've got
Yeah, shall we make it a 1-card pull on this one?
I'll be very quick because I've pulled huge cards. Okay, so I will go with them, which is this is a bigger story than we thought. We're all sort of rolling our eyes going, oh yeah, whatever. The star, the world, the devil. I mean, what are the chances, right? And conflict around all those huge things. So I think it's much bigger than, you know, what's his face in his garage running this thing. These are huge cards.
Wow.
I'm surprised.
Wow. Lady G,
so I'm seeing it as a front for something bigger and more nefarious.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had no idea.
My cards as well. Lady G, what do you have?
Well, this is the start of a new action to find more information out again. Yeah, information. This is a long-term thing that they had going. And I think that, you know, we're going to find out there were a lot more people involved with it. The challenge is what's being worked on, and it does have to do with the White House, with the elections and stuff. Yeah. So more is going to come out.
Oh, ladies, isn't this one of these remarkable things where you get a question which seems a little bit, whatever.
Yeah, who is this guy?
Yeah. And then the cards just come and drop an absolute massive stack of bricks on your head, because look at this. Like, I've got a combination of both your cards. Both your cards. So it does seem like, I can't believe this. It does seem to be indeed about the White House and the election, because we know that this is the White House card, the 4 of Wands. Whenever we're doing political readings, that's what it is. My God. If we look here in the obstacle position, look, we've got the 2 of Wands here, but it's the guy holding the globe in his hands, which speaks about what? Foreign influence.
Yes.
We know this now in political readings. If you see the 2 of Wands and he's holding the globe, we know that's foreign influence, usually Russia, but it could be anyone who's got a stake in who gets in the White House. It could even be a Viktor Orban, Yeah. I also get a major arcana as well. I get the death card right in the middle, which means transformation and change. But what this is also saying is this is almost like the death of how we even think about elections going forward. Yes. Now, because I feel like everything has changed now. Everything has changed. Yeah. And is changing. Here, democracy, the Biden card, but I think this is also talking about democracy. I often substitute the King of Cups for that. And then if we look here, Ace of Wands, initiating a new plan, a new project. One thing that I can say for sure is that, especially with this, under a Trump administration, democracy, I think in the USA will never be the same again. That's how I feel. Yeah, because when we just put it all together, that's how it's looking. We've got the White House, 4 of Wands. We got the foreign influence. We got the transformation and death of something. We got the card of democracy and a brand new vision being put forward. So yeah, I think it really was about the wow. Anything to add to that, ladies? I'm actually quite surprised.
I'm about to put on my T-shirt from yesterday. I met with viewers, YouTube viewers, very generous. Hi to the guys. And this is because I think now all of us here are now under a monarchy. Like my biggest disappointment in my political life was Australia had a chance at a referendum to cut the apron strings with the monarchy. Even the Queen had her speech ready. Everyone thought we would do it, right? It was just like thinking Kamala was about to get in. And then people voted no. And now America has a king, not a president, thanks to the Supreme Court. So this is my T-shirt.
Right. Yeah. Interesting times. And I just want to say
in real quick that with the Lippy cars, it was magic happens, the manipulation, the convoluted confusion by the swamp.
Yeah.
Wow. My goodness. Thank you, Kathy, as well, for your donation. And thank you, Summerland Girl, for your donation as well. Much appreciated.
So generous.
Wonderful. Let's keep going at this cracking pace, ladies? And we've got well over 2,000 of you joining us now. I think it's 2,168. So big love. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Please don't forget as well to like and subscribe and all that jazz. Let's get on with the next one. So that was question 4. Let's go to number 5, if I can find it. Oh, here we go. Oh, Zelenskyy. We've got to talk about Zelenskyy. So Nick Mink says, Zelenskyy has admitted that due to the incoming president, Ukraine needs to end the war ASAP, allegedly. Duck Jr., so I think she's saying Don Jr., publicly posted a threat to him online. So will the other countries be able to step up and continue support so that Ukraine can stand strong? Yeah, so let's have a read on that. Zelenskyy, Ukraine, the energy around that, given the new reality.
Right. Okay, let's have a look here.
I mean, Zelenskyy must just feel dreadful. Yeah, dreadful.
Oh, people are talking about my shirt. I'll tell you what it says. I didn't want to go into it because it's a bit cruel. I'm not a fan of horse face and big ears. That's a code for the UK. Bit cruel. I was just showing the crown.
Well, Lena is a staunch Republican to the end, folks, even though she's been collaborating with a British guy for years. But anyway, never mind. We'll let that one go. The love is there. It's all good. We understand each other. Zelenskyy. Ooh, oh gosh.
Zelenskyy, what's happening? Ukraine, Russia.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. Yeah.
Well, these are pretty straightforward, I have to say, these cards.
Okay.
Now, let me just preface this by saying quickly, Russia needs an out to save face and end this war.
Yeah, they do. They want it to end as well.
Ukraine has been struggling. 5 million people left Ukraine in the early days, probably thinking they'd be gone for 12 weeks. You know, they thought NATO would help or whatever. So both sides need a solution. Speaking of the dark arts, and this has been my biggest fear, that Trump would just go around and end up getting credit for a peace deal. Will Putin give it to him? You know, it might happen like that. King of Pentacles. I don't think this is one person. I think this represents big financial beings, you know, more than one guy with serious money. I think they will come to a truce. The sun will shine on the truce and the stalemate, but here's the sting in the tail. What will Ukraine lose in this process?
Yeah. They'll have to give up something.
Yeah. And it's one thing to give up the Donbass region and stuff, but it's another thing to give up Odessa. So that's what I got.
Lady G, what do you have?
Well, it's about what's being shared, and you know, is magic going to happen, or is it another manipulation?
Too.
Yeah.
Our cards are in sync.
And we come to, you know, the energy behind it. Of course, going into it is Trump, as usual, and then this charging forward that he says he wants to do. The challenge is what's being birthed from America when it comes to the payout. What's being given where. So we have also, underneath of it though, looking over at foreign interests, there are those that are emotionally tied to this, and of course they are in agreement about, you know, the merchant, what's selling, what's going to happen in the world, and losses. So kind of
tough gig, isn't it, for Zelenskyy? Tough gig. All right, so here I get the Lovers. Now, as you know, the Lovers obviously talk about relationships, choices, and I have to cover the naughty bits for the algorithm. But as you guys know, I also associate these cards with what? Imports and exports and global economies. So I think for both sides here, Russia and Ukraine, I think, look, the truth is this. I think both sides are exhausted. Both sides need a way out, and both sides always want to try and not lose face. So I think, you know, but at the same time with Putinshka, he doesn't also as well want to make Declarange appear as if he is the statesman ultimate on the world stage. Do you see? Putinshka doesn't want it to be portrayed that way as well. He will still want it to look like it was on his own terms. Do you see? Because even though Declarange has been his puppet in many ways, he doesn't want to seem subservient to his puppet. Do you know what I mean? And I think Declarange is trying to say, you know, I can broker this. Yeah, I can do that deal. I can end the war. Remember, he said, I can end the war in a few hours. Yeah. So you see, there's a tension here in this card, but also as well, this is difficult for Zelenskyy as well, because he's also obviously thinking about his country prospects, their imports, exports, economy, stuff like that. If we look here, we've got the Hermit card. There's some deep rumination and thinking going on both sides. I think both Zelenskyy and Putinshka will be thinking of ways how they can come out best out of this without looking weak. Yeah. Especially when we look here in the middle card, we've got the Strength card here. So again, both want to appear strong. Neither wants to appear weak. But also as well, if we look here in the next card, look, the Three of Swords comes back again. It's come out in almost every reading. So this is talking about the anguish in general, the heartache. Because as much as we talk about Ukraine, let's remember too, a tremendous amount of people have left Russia. They've had a huge brain drain. Most of the men were able to. I mean, I think they went in the ladies, wasn't it, in the first 6 to 8 weeks, wasn't it, of the war? They went really early. So there's a lot of families at home in Russia that are also hurting as well. But this is also talking about the exodus in Ukraine. And then when we look at the outcome card, we get the Four of Cups. So neither country is liking the options that are on the table. It's a kind of just a bit of a hot mess for both. But I think there will be a fudge. And you've heard me say before, I think the war will be ended by some kind of legal decree, some kind of document that is signed. But neither side is going to be happy with that paperwork. And in all of this, of course, Putinshka is going to want to look like he is the top international statesman of all, even more than Degrasse. That's what I'm getting. Anything to add to that, ladies?
Nope.
All right, great. We're going at cracking pace. Let's keep the pace going. So here, this is a little bit more of a frivolous one, but quite interesting. So Nick Minks again and says, why did Melania not go to the White House last week? So I think Biden met Degrasse, isn't it? And so it seems like she wasn't there. Is it just that she didn't want to meet the Bidens, or is she refusing to be the first lady and move back?
Yeah, I don't think we even need cards, do we? I don't think she gives a flying toss.
Yeah, we probably don't need cards.
I'll pass on this one.
I think you're right, actually. I think we already know the answer. Melania, in many ways, has made it quite clear she didn't want to be the first lady, so I doubt she's running back, and I doubt she's running to share her bed, the White House bed again with Degrasse. So, Lady G, anything you want to add to that? Any opinion to add to that?
No, not really. We all know Melania, you know, she's such a loser compared to Jill Biden and stuff. So, yeah.
All right, we'll move on. That was very quick then, wasn't it?
Yeah, very quick.
The consensus on that was fast. All right, so let's see here. We can squeeze in a couple more. One on McCarthy. What's this one? Let's go in our esoteric aeroplane again. We're going to do McCarthy at the end, but we're going to go to Italy. I think this is an important development.
Okay.
So,
love Italy. Let's go.
Yeah, so Chandramas asks, hi, first of all, I love the three of you. Oh, that's sweet. Look, they've done it all in capitals. Ah, bless. So then my question is, can you guys give a glance over Italy? I think there's several questions in here, so we might have to settle on one. Can you guys give a glance over Italy? The Meloni government is as much corrupted as Trump wished to make his. That's what they're saying. Let's not forget the fascist element. What can you see for my country, so Italy? Will Meloni, so she is the female prime minister of Italy, the first one. Will the Meloni government stay on? She's supposed to be in charge for the next 3 years. Will Italy survive them or go bankrupt? So there's another question. Will they be able to destroy the national health system they are trying to do? I know that's a lot of questions, but look at the ones that inspire you the most. Much love, guys. I'll watch the recording tomorrow. So, ladies, which one do you feel you want to read on more on? Will the Meloni government last? Will Italy go bankrupt?
Let's just do the energy around her government.
Yeah, let's do that. I think that's better. There's so many questions in there.
And that's how far these women go. She is the head of the party, and the party is the Brotherhood of Italy. And she's the head of a brotherhood.
Do you know, I've seen
these women.
Some Italians have told me based in London that I've spoken to, that she wants to be referred to in the male tense, not the feminine. So she doesn't want to be doesn't want to use la. She wants to use il, which is the masculine address. Very interesting. All right.
Yes.
Maloney, the Italian government. What's the energy around that?
Well, this is part of modern history, I think. Can someone look it up for the comments, please? How many governments has Italy had since the Second World War? And I think it's dozens. You know, it's a lot. But at the moment, she's in the express lane here with this 8 of Wands. She works with some very nasty people and did to make these deals. However, there's a little bit more to her. Oh, that's interesting. She's quite strong-willed and she wants to be taken seriously by the rest of Europe and stuff. She doesn't want to be seen just as a fringe character. Listen to me, listen to what I've got to say. So she's trying to do those two things, please the popular base and appear as a grown-up when she's in European meetings. In terms of Italy itself, endless confusion, and they fluctuate from communism, socialism to fascism routinely. I think there's going to be a big legal case that will challenge her coming up, but she does get the 4 of Wands. She might ride out any leadership spill or something like that. She's quite strong.
Lady G, what do you get?
Well, what I'm getting, it's about where this is moving to, the actions that they're taking. And of course, this is generating some emotional issues for people when it comes to the government and trying to hold on financially. And when it comes to their leadership, and just could be people in general where they're living, there is an agreement that underneath of it, things are moving forward. They're not liking the harvest, and they're seeing that this needs to be retreated. Okay.
Interesting. And I'm going to read my cards. We've had a couple of ones that we will do an Indiana Jones, quickly squeeze in under the falling wall because we are running up to time. So Summerland Girl says, I don't think Trump is going to make it. My sources still say no every time I ask. So some people are asking, will he actually make it to the presidency? And Summerland is also asking, will Biden use his presidential emergency power newly granted by SCOTUS? So we'll have to see. So I'll quickly read my cards and let's see if we can do a 1-card pull on that. Yeah, if Larange actually makes it there. All right. So Maloney's government, just in case we weren't sure, we get the devil. Yeah, the devil. So that tells you an awful lot. I think there is a tremendous amount that is going on and lots of cans of worms that are being opened. She's being quite heavily criticized for her policy, which was immigration, which was supposed to happen in Romania. No, I think it was Romania that it was supposed to happen, but the judges overturned it. So there's a lot of tumult going on within the party. Here she is, I think, trying hard to defend her position. Yeah, trying to defend her position. As Lena says, she doesn't want to come across as a total nutbag. And in fact, she's actually been rather cunning and quite clever with how she's managed to do things. But I think she's feeling on the defensive. Yeah. Over against what? The courts. Yeah, the courts have actually voted her down, and some of the judges are actually having to be put on protection because a lot of them have received death threats. So we can see here, that's the courts there. However, in a way, I feel like this is Maloney, yeah, because she is wanting to literally embrace the masculine energy with passion and vigor. So I think this is her. But when we look here, look at the outcome card, it's the Tower. So I think there could be some unexpected fallout from this position Maloney is in, and it could actually trigger more darker elements within the party that she may struggle to control. That's what I would say there. All right, the time has gone so quickly.
Real quick.
Okay.
I'm going to use Libby's card. She's sad because she's celebrating the masculine energy, and she's going towards a breakdown and some destructive elements with their government stuff.
Interesting, interesting. All right, let's quickly squeeze this in because the time has gone. Basically, one card pull. Will Donald Trump make it through to inauguration and all of that kind of stuff? So there we are. Let's just see what the cards have to say. All right.
We make it to inauguration.
All right, after 3. 1, 2, 3.
The moon. I don't know.
Yeah.
Very misty and mysterious, and also before we can be mental health issues.
Yeah. The moon is, when you're looking for someone to win something, you don't want the moon going up. Bit tricky, that one, eh? Lady G, how do you interpret your card?
Well, easy breezy. He's trying to do all he can to hang on, you know. But we'll have to see.
They might just embalm him prior to the 20th.
Exactly.
And if we look here, he gets the World card, which again is tricky because the World card in general, it can mean the ending of a grand cycle. The ending of a grand cycle and maybe something new beginning. So is it the case that he maybe only just makes it across the line and then it's all about JD Vance, which is one of the things I've believed for ages. I said Duck Larange will turn up at the bottom of the stairs. I've always felt that. But I would say it's a bit dicey, isn't it, ladies? It's a bit dicey. So I'm going to say maybe. Maybe.
I know.
Yeah. Well, wasn't really emphatic. We didn't see the victory card. We didn't see the 10 of cups. We didn't see the 9 of cups. No aces. Interessante. Anyway, the time has gone, folks. I just want to say a big thank you to everyone who donated, who was here in the show. I think we've hit another record that was over 2,200 people.
Oh,
it was,
wow.
A lot of you came out, so we really appreciate the support. Thank you so much again. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Ladies, fabulous. I thought we were on great form. We covered a lot of ground. But it's time to go, and I do need to get some sleep, and we've got to obviously get on with our days. So we will see you next week. We'll be back. Thank you so much for your questions, and I hope you all enjoyed the show. And happy Sunday as well to everyone watching us on the Sunday. But we will leave it there for now. So bye. Big love, everyone, and we will see you all soon. Bye-bye.